Hello everyone. Hello everyone. My name is Mr. Nicholas Mutinda from Nairobi branch. We are continuing with practice of management, and this is the video about chapter 6, where we'll be discussing about organizational leadership. This is one of the two videos about chapter 6, organizational leadership. And starting from 6.1 is definition of definition of leadership. The chapter is Chief 6, organizational leadership. Organizational leadership. Organizational leadership. So what do we mean by leadership? When you say that an organization lacks leadership, an organization requires leadership, a country requires leadership, what really do we mean? What is leadership? And leadership basically means ensuring that people are working towards a common objective. People are working towards a common objective. In the context of the organization, you can be a good manager, you can be performing the functions of leader management, but you can fail as a leader. Because an organization, for it to be productive, requires leadership, to show direction, to lead from the front, to listen to everyone, to have concern on the welfare of the people. So, in a nutshell, leadership is the process of influencing others to work willingly towards organizational goals and to best of their capacities. It is the process of influencing others to work willingly towards organizational goals and to the best of their capabilities. Are you influencing the people? Are you influencing the departments? Are you influencing all the employees? That is what we mean by what? Leadership. A simple definition of leadership is that leadership is the act of motivating a group of people to act towards achieving a common goal. A simple definition of leadership is the act of motivating a group of people to act towards a common goal. In business setting, this can mean directing workers and colleagues with a strategy to meet the company needs. If you are talking about ensuring that we maximize our productivity, you motivate employees to work on their own violation, to ensure that they are working from inside. Everyone is working towards on their own willingness. And how do you do that? How do you do that? That is what we are going to be discussing about organizational leadership. How do you ensure? What are those concepts that to ensure that employees can be able to work willingly towards a common objective? Towards a common objective. Now, you work towards that by inspiring them. By inspiring them. Show them the direction we are going. inspire them to lead, to follow you, because you can't be a leader if you are at the back. You need to lead from the front. So inspire your employees to follow you. And effective leadership is based upon ideas. How do you communicate? Probably you have come up with a strategy. You need to sell this strategy to your employees. Does your communication inspire confidence? Does your communication inspire confidence? Are the people able to borrow your strategy? Are they able to buy your strategy based on your communication? Because if your communication is not effective, you may not be able to get the people to follow you. That's why we are talking about inspiring them. You inspire them. You direct them. They have confidence that you are leading in the right direction. You are showing what? Leadership. Definition of leadership. Process of influencing others. The process of inspiring others. The process of directing others. Ensuring that all the people are working towards a common goal, to the best of their capabilities, and they are working willingly. They are not being forced. They are working on their own violation. It's their own desire. It's their own desire. Now, having talked about the definition of leadership, we can talk about leadership versus management. 6.2. Leadership versus management. 6.2. Leadership versus management. What is the difference between leadership and management? We know that leadership is the process of influencing others, inspiring others to follow you. What is management? We discussed management in the first topic, in the first video, Introduction to Management 1. And we said management is the science and art of getting people together to accomplish desired goals. Desired goals. Effectively and efficiently. Effectively and efficiently. We said management is integrating all the people together, coordinating all the departments, all the available resources in the organization for them to be able to acquire the desired objectives. Now, one of the things you have to note is that people may be good managers but poor leaders. People may be good managers but poor leaders. Other people may be good leaders and bad managers. Good leaders and bad managers. Now, what is the ideal situation? The ideal situation is to ensure that every good manager is a good leader. Because in that case means that the organization will be able to achieve its objectives much easily, much efficiently. So, based on leadership and management, some people may be good managers. But now, having talked about that, having said that, what are the main differences between management and leadership? What are the main differences between management and leadership? Leadership can exist in both organized and unorganized groups. Management can only operate in organized structure. You are the human resource manager. You have been given responsibility. You have been given authority to be the manager. That is a formal structure. That is an organized structure. Leadership does not require formal structure. It may be in a formal structure or in an informal structure. Somebody can show leadership when he is not even in authority, when he has not been appointed formally. One difference. Another two is that a manager directs people through use of formal authority. You will work from this desk. You will go to that department. Use this computer. That you are directing people using formal authority. Leader may not have formal authority. A leader requires just to influence you, to inspire you. And it is from your own violation, it is from your own willingness that you will use this computer. Can we do this? He doesn't need to direct you. He just needs to influence you. He just needs to inspire you. Another difference is that the scope of management is much wider than leadership. Even though in other arguments, there are arguments they are saying that leadership has a more wider scope. But one of the things is that a manager does the functions of a manager. A leader may not have functions other than to inspire. A leader may not have a function other than to inspire. Now, having talked about the main differences of leadership, versus management, probably we can talk about a few things. What is more important? Is it to have a good manager or is it to have a good leader? Think about that. Would you rather have a good manager in your organization or you have a good leader? An organization or a business requires people who are good at both leadership and management. An organization or business requires people who are good at both leadership and management if they are going to succeed. That's why you find that organizations require both leadership and management. And when we are talking about the functions of a manager, we talk about the fourth function: leading, directing, and motivating. Every manager, remember, leadership mostly is learned over time. You don't probably you may not go to school in order for you to learn leadership, but you learn on how to interact with people. And how can you learn that? You can only learn that by practicing. How are you selling your ideas? Because communication is very key for everyone to become a good leader. Communication is very key. You must be having a vision. You must have a vision. And people must be able to buy that vision. And they will only be able to buy that vision if you communicate it well. If you communicate it well. So which is more important? To have a good manager or is to have a good leader? The best thing is ensure that your managers are good leaders. That is the best way. Ensure that your managers are good leaders. Ensure that your managers can be able to influence people. Because a leader, remember, is somebody who makes things work, gets things done. And if you are a manager and you can't get things done, definitely the organization will not be able to achieve its objectives. All right. What is the importance of leadership? The importance of leadership. Motivating employees. Motivating employees. Morale building. Morale building. Creating confidence and enthusiasm. Let people know. Let them create confidence in the people. Let them have enthusiasm. You are explaining a vision to them. Make them to be enthusiastic about that vision. Unify individual efforts. Unify, because you are talking about convincing other people to follow you. You are already on the front. And then another thing is that leadership facilitates change. Another importance of leadership is that it facilitates change. Now, having talked about that, leadership versus management, we can quickly look at 6.3 theories of leadership. Theories of leadership. What are the theories of leadership? What are the theories of leadership? What are those theories that try to explain leadership? What are those theories that try to explain leadership? How that is to explain how leadership is practiced? What are those theories regarding leadership? And one of them is what we call great man theories. Great man theories. And when you are talking about great man theories, we simply mean that these are theories that try to explain that leadership is not learned. Great leaders do not go to school to learn leadership. They are simply born. They are simply born with the internal characteristics of a leader. Look at this way. Look around. What are the great leaders do we have? Look, for instance, Barack Obama. What made him to be a great leader? Was it something born? Is it something that he learned? That great man theories. Obama can be explained that the leadership qualities that he had, they were inborn. He never learned them. Charisma. Some people are born with charisma. Some people are born with confidence. Some people are born with diligence. Some people are born with social skills. People, even from at a very young age, you can identify this guy will be a great leader. Because he has those characteristics. A child, probably 2 years old, he can be able to create a team from his playmates. A group of children play together. You will identify just one person who can be able to sell ideas to the others, who can be able to convince the other children, who can be able to give a vision. That is a great leader, and we are talking about, based on that, what we are calling great man theories, whereby these guys are born. They are not made. They are born with characteristics of being a leader. Assume that, according to the point of view, great leaders are simply born with the necessary internal characteristics such as charisma, intelligence, confidence, interpersonal skills that make them natural born leaders. That's true. Great man theory assumes that capacity for leadership is inherent. that great leaders are born, are not made. They are heroic in nature. They are born. They are not made. Number 2 theory is what we call trait theory. And trait theory is simply talking about traits. When we are talking about traits, we are simply talking about attributes, characteristics. So you find that people inherit certain qualities. And that's where you find people, when they are working, you can simply talk about this guy, his father was a great leader. So he inherited something. He inherited confidence. Inherited charisma cannot be inherited actually. But social skills, because of certain qualities. When you are a group and you see somebody has great communication skills, and you give him leadership quality, leadership position, because he has certain traits. So leadership is being explained in terms of traits, in terms of qualities, in terms of characteristics. People who exhibit these characteristics probably make good leaders. People who exhibit braveness and courage, they become great leaders because they are brave, they are courageous. People who exhibit great interpersonal skills, people who can sacrifice for the others, are great leaders. And those are qualities. And those qualities are what we are being explained in trait theories. Now, another theory of leadership is what we call situational theories. When you are talking about situational theories, we are simply talking about what is your situation. Situational theories. What is your situation? And we are saying, depending on the situation you are in, styles of leadership is based on the situation you are in. Take for instance, if you are talking about in the context of an organization, whereby you are the manager of unskilled workers. Will you be a Democrat? Will you be a dictator? Will you be a laissez-faire? That is the situation you are given. You are the manager of unskilled workers. The situation is, the environment is unskilled workers. What leadership will you adopt? Unskilled, undisciplined workers. What is leadership? Situation. Depending on the situation will determine the kind of leadership you are going to show. Take for instance, where there are unskilled workers, where there are undisciplined workers, dictatorship is the best leadership. Because these workers, you can't give them, you are soft, you will not be able to achieve. So depending on that situation, you will adopt dictatorship. If you are managing highly skilled workers, you just need to give them a responsibility, and you will be questioning them. Why do you think this was the best way? And they answer. You give them a leeway to make their own decisions. You give them a leeway to make decisions on how they are going to achieve. You are just given, I need you to, by the end of this week, you have reached at point Z. The way they work here in is on their own evaluation because they are highly skilled. Now, depending on the situation you are in, explaining what? The leadership. If you are talking about in the military, where orders are given, where a simple mistake can cost the country, can cost the army, can cost the armed forces, that in that case, you apply dictatorship. Situational theories. Another thing is what we call, this was 4-5, behavioral theories. What does it say? Depending on the behavior, leaders are born. And these are things that you'll find it is trying to contradict the great man theories, such that they are saying leaders are made depending on the behavior. Since you are a small child, were you given responsibilities? If you have been given responsibilities at a very young age, by the time you are older, definitely you will be a leader because you have been made. You have been made. The behavior that you have been undergoing, you as a manager, you are required to exhibit leadership. So if you are made a leader, a manager, definitely you will become a leader. Behavioral what? Theories. The next one is what we call participative theories. And the participative theories are those theories explain that leadership should always ensure there is participation of all the people. If you are talking about you are the head of the department and you are trying to come up with the regulations, you are coming to come up with the decisions, involve other employees, ensure there is participation by the other employees. If you are talking about an organization trying to come up with a budget, involve the other departments. Participative theories, whereby you are able to involve all the stakeholders. Participative theories, involving the other stakeholders, involving the other employees, involving the other departments. When you are coming up with the decisions, when you are coming up procedures, when you are coming up with methods, when you are coming up with definitely something that will affect the people, kindly involve the others. And that is what we are calling participating theories. Theories that try to propagate that this is the best leadership to ensure that there is participation by everyone in the organization. The next one theory is what we call management theories. And these are called transactional theories. They focus on role of supervision, organization, and group performance. Management theories. They try to explain the theories, the issue about leadership and management. How can we ensure that managers also learn about management? How can we ensure that managers are also good at leadership? Management theories that revolve around management and theories. Now, I think that is all. Those are enough theories about management. We can look up at styles of leadership, the fourth subtopic, 6.4, styles of leadership. How can you practice leadership. And number one is what we call autocratic. Autocratic dictatorship. This is whereby you make decisions alone. Decisions are made by one leader, by the leader himself. No consultation. This is a very aggressive leadership. This is very aggressive. There is no consultation. You don't consult the people. You make orders, and orders are not supposed to be questioned. They are supposed to be followed. You impose your wills on the people. Because people are not allowed, are not expected to question you. Are not expected to question you. They are just supposed to follow. You make the decisions, no question. And it is a place whereby you exercise control over the people. Exercise control over the freedom of the people. Exercise control over the freedom of the people. And what is characterized, this kind of leadership is not well liked. It's hated by people. People hate it when they are not involved. People hate it when they are not involved. Do you think there is benefit for autocratic? Definitely yes. Where people are undisciplined, where people are unskilled, this is the kind, the right type of leadership. Where people are disciplined. It is also applicable in military where people need just to be given orders. All right, that is autocratic. The next one is what we call democratic. Democratic. And when you are talking about democratic, we are simply talking about participative. Democratic. Participative. This is characterized by consultations. People are able to give their own opinions. People are participating. Participation of the stakeholders. Because it is democratic. You ask people, what do you think is the best method to do this? What do you think? You participate. It is democratic. You look at the majority. What are they saying? Majority are saying coming here at 7 is very early. Let's come at 7:30. The manager, yes, all right, he agrees. That is leadership. A shortcoming, however, for this leadership, for this dictator, is difficult to arrive at decisions. It is very difficult because people are, these are proposing this, these are proposing this, these are proposing this. The third leadership is what we call laissez-faire. 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 These are French words. These are French words, which means do as you wish. Do as you wish, or as you choose. This is whereby you give a free hand for your employees to do what they think is the best. Now, if you are talking about in the context of an organization, you go to the Department of Marketing. You are required to achieve this at the end of the year. How you achieve it is on your own. Go and do what you think is the best. You go to human resource management. This is what is required of you. Choose the way you wish is the best. go to the production. The same case where you are giving people to do as they think is the best way to achieve their objectives. So you are giving them the leeway, and then at the end of it, each one of them is expected to perform. Now, this kind of leadership is mostly prevalent whereby people are skilled. People are highly responsible. You don't need to supervise them. You don't need to check. People, as long as they are not being followed, they can always be reporting at work at the required time 8. They are not being questioned, but because they are highly responsible, they can be given that leeway. They can be given that leeway. It is also applicable. It is also applicable where where it requires a lot of creativity. People can come up with new innovations. People can be creative in how they are doing their own things. Because now, if we are told, let's say we are talking about marketing, you are supposed to sell 20 tons of fertilizer. Each employee is supposed to sell 20 tons of fertilizer. Irrespective of which method the organization requires, have you sold 20 tons of fertilizer? Yes. Where is the money? The money is in the account. Well and good. The way you do it, it's your own. It's your own. You sell to one person, well and good. You sell to several people, well and good. You sell within the country, well and good. You sell outside the country, well and good. You sell within the region, well and good. Now, one of the things is that this method promotes creativity, it promotes innovation, it promotes initiative. It promotes all those. Now, number 4 is what we call transformational leadership. Transformational leadership. And when we are talking about transformational leadership, we are simply talking about motivating your group, motivating your people to be effective and efficient in achieving the goal. You are focusing on desired objectives, desired common goals. And in this case, the leader is highly visible. And then when you are talking about transformating, you see, transformating leadership comes from transformation. And this is whereby organization require transformational leadership. A certain leader, a certain manager joins an organization, joins a certain department. The department has been struggling to achieve its objectives. And then now this manager instills some discipline in the department, some vision in the organization, and within a very short time, you find that there is a turnaround in the department, there is a turnaround in the organization. Now, in that case, we say that the organization has been able to achieve efficiency. There was a turnaround in the organization because there was a transformative leadership. That guy came and transformed in how people have been doing things here. He increased efficiency. He increased effectiveness. There was a stride forward vision. There was much focus on work. The processes, the guy came and analyzed the processes and he detected where there were loopholes, where there were problems, and he solved that. He transformed the way the organization has been operating. Transformational leadership. Having focus. Having a vision. New ways of doing things. Coming up with new methods of ensuring that there is effectiveness. There is efficiency. You are focusing on the results. The manager came and he offered transformational leadership. People were demotivated. Within a very short time, they are highly motivated. The processes were ineffective. There was bureaucracy. He looked at the processes and came up with the new processes that ensured efficiency. He came up with new ways of doing things. Transformational leadership. Now, if there is no question, I think we'll stop there. We'll stop there. That is the first video of chapter 6 of organizational leadership. In the next video, we'll discuss about power and authority. What is the difference between power and authority, and cover several other subtopics. So that is the end of this video. Kindly, I request you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch the other videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.